Hello and welcome back to T-Moe's World and to week 7 of season 4 in 2025. And this is the GT3 Challenge Fixed and we are at Sebring International Raceway. I've been here 2 times before, once with the Porsche Cup in season 1 in my early days of iRacing. That was an absolute failure. Then in season 3 with the GT3 with the Acura back then, that was a night race, also not too good. Back then my best lap times were about 2 minutes and 3 seconds. But now with a little bit of practice I managed to do lap times of 2:02 or even 2:01, and with that I did 2 races with quite some confidence. But be not mistaken, Sebring, for me at least, is a very tough track. It's very bumpy and you can make mistakes easily and lose the rear end of your car when you push it too hard at the exits of the corners. But let's see what happens, and if you like my video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate that, or leave a comment, and with that, see you after the intro. In the first race I qualified on position 9, and let's see how the rolling start goes. Quite a clean start so far. Usually a few guys will lose it in turn 1, and starting already in turn 2 I have a close fight with Richard, who is in the BMW, as one guy in front goes off track. Suddenly I find myself again in front of the BMW, who's bumping me, so I decided to give him the inside line, not wanting to risk any fatal incident here. So he wins the position, which is fine for me at this point in time. But here I brake a little bit too late, or he a little bit too early. We make contact and I spin him. The car behind me crashes into me. And just like that, I find myself at the back of the field. The Porsche in front of me misses the apex of that turn, and that gives me the chance to win at least one more position. And also the BMW behind me will overtake the Porsche. Next comes the famous sunset bend, the last turn of the lap. A very tricky one. You have to go as fast as possible without losing the car, just like this guy here. That incident in front of me made me lift my foot off the throttle and lose my position to the BMW. And now I even have to fight the other Porsche. Thankfully I got the inside line of turn 1, and he also messes up his entry into turn 1. At the beginning of lap 3 I find myself behind Chris in the Ford, and I could increase the gap to the Porsche. The driving of the Ford in front of me I felt was very odd, and he really held me up, but it wasn't enough for me to overtake him yet. I really seem to have pushed it too hard here and lose the car, losing my position to the Porsche and also one other guy. This is already a pretty messed up race for me. I seem to have a little bit of a damage on the front left wheel. I learned that when I crashed my car into the wall right here in the sunset bend. The steering of my car really felt completely different and totally messed up. So I decided to jump into the pits. That cost me 3 minutes of waiting time before any repairs could be done on my car. After the waiting was over, I saw that most of the damages were optional repairs, so I skipped that. But unfortunately also this steering was part of the optional repairs, so still the car felt very odd, but I just had to get used to it. So I made it to the end of the race without any further incidents, no great lap times of course, and one lap behind all other drivers, leaving me with catastrophic results for my safety rating and I rating. So race 2 could only be better, right? Let's see. To my surprise, in race 2 I qualified on position 5. So I really didn't want to mess this one up. So here we go. And already there's something cooking in front of me. With 2 drivers already gone, I'm now on position 3, but watch the green car. He makes contact and is gone for good. So already after 4 turns, I'm in a comfortable position here with gaps of almost 1 second to the cars in front and behind me. So no big pressure yet, but the critical lap 1 is far from over. Really a good lap 1 so far. Still I got gaps of about 1 second to the cars in front of me and behind me. And nothing really changes until lap 4. Only now I got Valentin behind me in the Aston Martin, who just did the fastest lap of the race. I was expecting a move from him sooner rather than later. I was really surprised that Valentin was still behind me, but feeling the pressure, I was a bit too fast for Sunset Bend and too wide, too slow, and there he is. And of course, the next Porsche is right behind me and taking the opportunity. So now I'm on position 4, but already 2 other fast drivers are approaching from behind. Jumping at the end of that very lap, nothing has changed so far. Let's take a quick look at Alvaro, the driver on pole position, who has also just done the fastest lap of the race so far. He seems to drive very consistently with a gap of almost 4 seconds to the next driver, Valentin. But then this happens. It's just as if the driver vanished out of the car, and as I pass him, the car vanishes completely. But then a few seconds later, he's back again, continuing his race as if nothing had happened, but now only on position 10. Jumping ahead at the end of lap 7, I'm still on position 3, but the 2 drivers behind me are now coming closer and closer. Again, I'm pretty much giving up the inside line of that turn, and now also Carlos wants to take advantage of this. Not wanting to risk any incidents here, I could do nothing against this, but I was really happy with position 5 and all the other drivers behind me were really far away. Jumping ahead into lap 9, nothing has changed. But now Carlos in front of me loses control, spins his car, and I can barely avoid a crash. I was very lucky here, and now I find myself back on position 4. Jumping ahead to the final few turns of the race, I'm still on position 4 and very happy about the results of this race. With 0 incident points and position 4, I gain a lot of safety rating and I rating, almost making me forget about the bad results of race 1. That's it for today, and as always, if you like my video, please give a like, consider subscribing. I would be very grateful for this, and with that, thank you for watching, have a good time, see you, bye bye.